Veterans, today it is all about you. I want to break down the beauty and how amazing the VA loan is. If you don't know how it works, I just want to break it down and make it super simple. But first off, I want to explain why I'm so passionate about this type of loan and just veterans in general. So I myself, I did not serve in the military, but I do have a family member who is currently Army Reserves, and he's also a police officer. It's my younger brother. He's a stud. Love that dude. I helped him get his very first house. The things that military and veterans go through, like you guys are literally putting your life on the line for our country, and that's something I can't even fathom. If you don't know about the VA loan, if you're curious about purchasing a home, it is one of the best options out there. So the VA loan in particular, the biggest reason why I think it is just a massive win all the way around is you don't need a down payment. Almost every single type of loan require a down payment. And that can be tough, especially, if you're in the military and you've also got another job. It's tough to save that money for a down payment. And then in any other type of loan, even if you can get a down payment assistance or do a minimum down, you're going to be paying a higher monthly payment because of something called mortgage insurance. This is something that's needed on the loan when you have less than a 20% down payment. With the VA loan, it is a true zero down loan. You don't need a down payment, and it doesn't have that added mortgage insurance. So you don't get penalized for having a zero down loan, meaning that your monthly payment is going to be a lot lower than like a conventional or an FHA loan with the minimum down. The other cool thing about the VA loan is it typically comes with the best interest rates. So on top of the no mortgage insurance, the zero down, this is going to ensure that you have a nice low monthly payment. But you can typically qualify for a larger dollar amount on a VA loan than you could with another type of loan because there are less restrictions around that piece of it. And you don't even need a great credit score. In fact, the minimum credit score for a VA loan, again, still with zero down, is 520. 520, that's a terrible credit score, let's be real. But if you have a 520 or higher and you don't have a down payment and you're a veteran or you're active duty, this is such an amazing opportunity that you should be taking advantage of because you're serving our country. You're putting your literal life on the line. This is such a small thing that the government can do to allow you to purchase a home. And I'm such a big advocate for it. Those are some of the biggest highlights of it. But I want to dive a little bit deeper into it because I just got done helping a buddy purchase his very own home as a veteran as well. A dude I knew since high school in a complete other state. He was actually in Texas, reached out to me. He's like, I know I need to buy a house, but I have no idea what to do. So it was really cool to kind of walk him through that process. But I want to go over some of the things that he wasn't really sure about. And I realized, these are common questions that a lot of people are going to have. With the VA loan, even though it is a zero down loan, there are still closing costs. And no, the closing costs cannot be financed into the loan or rolled into the loan, which means that the closing costs have to be paid by somebody. So what are closing costs? Closing costs are basically a combination of the loan fees, title company fees, escrow fees, which is what pays your taxes and your insurance. It's a combination of all those things, and it adds up, especially in our current market environment. Closing costs can be anywhere between, $5,000 to $20,000, depending on your credit and your situation. Luckily, we're in kind of a buyer's market. I've talked about this in other videos, not just specifically for veterans, but for veterans, if you're thinking of buying this year, do it now. We have such a rare opportunity right now where people are buying less homes. There's still not a ton of inventory. So once interest rates do finally drop back down, which you heard it from me, I'm saying 2023, probably May, June, we're gonna see interest rates drop in the fives. When interest rates do get that low, that's going to wake up everybody else that was thinking about buying again. And so they're going to start making lots of offers, which is going to shift the housing market to be in the seller's favor, which means you won't be able to negotiate as much. It's all supply versus demand, right? Right now, we have a unique opportunity. Homes are sitting longer on market. You can negotiate a little bit better. So with those closing costs, if you don't have funds set aside for that, that's okay. What we can do is we can ask for the seller to pay your closing costs. With the VA loan, you can have the seller pay for up to 4% of your closing costs. Now, when I say 4%, that's 4% of your purchase price. So let's say you're buying a $400,000 house. If the seller contributes that maximum 4% in seller paid closing costs, that gives you $16,000 to use towards your closing costs. And here's another really neat hack. Let's say that we do have a little bit too much debt and we need to pay some of it off in order to qualify for your loan. We can use the seller's contributions in up to that 4% to pay off your debts. So if we only have $10,000 worth of closing costs and you've got a $6,000 loan and they're contributing that full $16,000, they could pay all your closing costs and pay off a loan for you, which is going to put you in a better financial situation. The possibilities with the VA loan are just absolutely endless, but you're not going to know what your options are until you actually sit down, make that phone call, make that application online, and get things rolling. With that last example with my buddy, when we first applied, we weren't quite ready. We had to move some things around and get prepared in order to get him qualified. And it totally worked. And this dude is now a homeowner. This can be true for you too. I've helped many veterans. Again, I'm super passionate about our veterans and everything that you guys do. It's so big in the grand scheme of things when it comes to homeownership and just creating wealth for you and your family and setting yourself up for success. So if you're a veteran and you're curious about purchasing a home, even if you're not sure if you even qualify for the VA loan, give me a call. There's lots of extra qualifications that go into it. You don't need to worry about any of that stuff. The simple fact is, if you're a veteran or an active duty military, you can purchase a home with zero down and you can get the seller to pay your closing costs. Don't let anything else discourage you, even if you have bad credit, if you're not sure if you make enough money, and I can help with all of that other stuff. Those are easy problems to solve. The biggest thing is just getting you in that home and getting you prepared for home ownership. So we're gonna do a little cheers. This isn't my normal mixology video, but I'm gonna do a quick little cheers to my veterans. I'm gonna break out the good stuff. Jack Daniel's single barrel. This bad boy's coming in at, holy, 132.4 proof. This is a man's whiskey right here, so, and tough ladies. Cheers to you guys. Thank you for your service. Let me help you get into your home and help prepare yourself for the rest of your life. Cheers.